Hello everyone, this is Lunacy05 and this is the second part of the review of the 25th Anniversary Eel. I'm sorry for the first video, I didn't even introduce myself. My first time video anyway. Now this is the figure itself. Very nice figure. This is actually very reminiscent to the original figure itself, except that it's quite articulate. And we'll come to the problems later, but first let me show you all its accessories. This little guy here comes with a lot of accessories, amazingly enough. You see, that's the backpack and that's the helm. This is the figure itself, you can see clearly. This is how it looks like. This actually, the entire mold here, well, majority of the mold here is actually reused sculpt mold from Lieutenant Torpedo, if I recall, if that's the name. It's exactly the same sculpt. Maybe the head is, yes, the head is definitely different. Lower arm here is different, and so does the thighs here. But basically the whole figure here. Oh, and the lower torso here, they added the belt for him to store on. There's a belt pouch here. Now there's a little bit of a shoulder pads here. You can easily pop off the head and then remove it if you want to. Now let's come to the point of articulation. The figure can rotate 360 degrees and go all the way up. It's a bit hindered. It doesn't turn all the way up. You can see this one's the right shoulder is a bit hindered for some reason. Maybe some parts of the joints are, some part of it are frozen. You can bend the elbow and also turn 360 degrees. The wrist swivels. It doesn't have a pivoting wrist, but it's good enough. They did a really awesome job here. The torso can pivot a little bit from back and front and turn also 360 degrees. The head itself is a ball jointed head, so you can basically turn wherever you want, but the head actually can pivot a little bit from the from downward and upwards. Now from the hips here, the legs, it can do a whole lot of movements, but you can't turn the legs, can't push the legs all the way to the back because this part, the ass here, sort of block it. The knees are double jointed, and the leg, and then the ankle here, you can swivel 360 degrees, and also you can pivot it up and down, which is very nice. This figure is very, very good. For 25th anniversary, this figure is quite, well, for all these lines, they are quite articulated. Now we come to the accessories and the base stand. There's a whole bunch of accessories here. We first start out with his backpack. This backpack is his oxygen tank. It doesn't look like it can actually hold a lot of oxygen by the looks of it. I assume there's two tanks here. Those, I think those are oxygen tanks. They're quite small. I'm not too sure how does an eel can survive long period of hours if they're going to do an underwater mission. Now you can actually, if you can see clearly, there's a sort of like a peg hose here. You can actually remove this section, but mine is a bit here. See, you can actually remove it for whatever reason. I have no idea. This part here, this muzzle part here, is for the eel to breathe through. So you have the helmet here. Yes, the helmet is very nice. You can see through the glass here. Not a glass, a see-through transparent plastic. So when you place the helmet into the eel's head, you can see his face clearly enough, if you think you can see it. So the figure, if you want the figure to breathe, or you want to hook it on there's a small little peg here, if you can see clearly, and then you hook it on just like that. The other accessories will be the flippers, the small knives, serrated knives, well, sort of serrated knives, and a harpoon gun. Now here's a few gripes of my own. The knives do not actually fit into its knife pouch all the way in. You see, it's stuck in the middle. Actually, it doesn't go all the way in, and it's quite loose. See, it just pops out. Now if I put it in, it seems alright, but if you didn't put it in, I mean, you don't stuff it in deep enough, it will just fall. Look at this. So I really don't like how this how they designed the pouch. Another bad problem with this figure is that the flippers are loose. I don't know if there's quality control problem here, but it doesn't seem to hold the figure properly. Okay, and it tends to easily pop off. You can see that. Now I'm gonna review a repaint of the eel in part 3, so we'll come to that later, so stay tuned. This is Lunacy 05. We're gonna do the rise of Cobra Eel.